In front of me is a Honor 9A, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. Now, starting off with the first one, it's going to be the simple dark mode, which you can find under the settings, display and brightness, and it's a simple toggle right over here. Once enabled, it turns everything to this dark theme, and that will also include default applications. If you quit this and open up things like dialer, you can see that it extends right here as well, messages, and several other ones. So it's a nice option to basically use your phone as an example during nighttime without actually having the phone blast you with like this brightness. I'm gonna go back and actually turn it off. I think on a video it looks better in light mode. Might be just me though. And I'm gonna also move into the next one, which is the ebook mode. So if you tend to read books on your phone, I tend to do that, there's a mode that makes it look a little bit better. It literally turns the phone this yellowish / gray color. So you can see that anything that had color, now it's gray, and the actual display itself is in this kind of weird brownish color almost. So obviously this will look better when reading books. It's a little bit nicer to actually look at than the typical display like this one when you're trying to read something. Additionally, you can also use a dark mode instead if you prefer to have it colors inverted in your books, which is also a viable solution. Anyway, moving on to the next option, it's going to be the split screen, which you can quickly access by tapping on the recent button. There we go. And you have this button right here, which opens up split screen and allows you to split screen with different applications, so you can use two different apps at the same time. Now, I'll normally say that this will work great with apps like YouTube, but as you're probably aware, this phone does not have a YouTube, so you could use a browser and have YouTube open in the browser instead if that will work for you. But still allows you to use two different apps at the same time, and sometimes it's very handy to do so. Now, moving on to the next option is the system navigation, which you can find under the settings, and then going to system and update, system navigation, and you will find it right here. So we have the typical one that I've been using, the three button ones, and we have the gesture navigation, which you can go to a guide to actually learn how to use it. So swipe from side to go back, and that works from either side. Then we have swipe from bottom to go home, and then swipe up and hold to go to recent. And there we go. And as you can see, it removes any kind of buttons from the bottom and just substitutes them for this swipe navigation, which is really nice in my opinion. It's fairly counterintuitive, or not counterintuitive, it's fairly intuitive when it comes down to using it. Especially the back gesture. In my opinion, it's one of the nicest ones. When you're in a browser, you don't actually have to reach down to press the back button. You can just swipe from either side to go back, which is really nice kind of thing. Now, anyway, moving on to the last option that I wanted to share you, and this is more of a kind of like a tip. I won't be really going into this that deeply. I believe we do have a video specifically dedicated for this, but it's basically utilizing the phone clone application. Now, typically this application is strictly designed to move over your data from an older device to this one. But in addition, what this allows you to do in a non-intended way is move applications over that are not on App Gallery. This is a Huawei device and it does not have access to to Google Play Store. So if you have some kind of apps that are on Play Store but not on the App Gallery, all you need to do is have a different device that still either just normally has a Google Play Store or just still had, like my Huawei. And from the Play Store you would need to download the phone clone application, connect those two devices together, and from there you can simply choose what kind of applications you want to move over from the older device to here. And those applications do not need to be in App Gallery, giving you the option to have unsupported applications. So I'd recommend utilizing that if you have some kind of apps that you cannot seem to get from your typical store right here. Now, anyway, this would conclude all the tweaks and tricks I want to share with you, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
you.